Type 7.
적용 독해.
1. Under the beautiful sun of Pamplona, the World Series of Bullfighting is held in the hills of Navarre during the first 2 weeks of July. Around the Plaza de la Constitucion are many cafes and arcades. Every table is filled with people. There is dancing all day and all night in the streets. The sound of modern bands and drums contrasts with the performance of ancient Basque riao dances. After the sun goes down, people gather in the square of the plaza to dance to big drums and military band music.
2. Jack felt the shaking of his backbone. The feeling wasn't too bad at first. He looked into the audience but couldn't locate his father. Suddenly, he started to panic. As his eyes were looking left and right, he felt as if the world around him was moving out of order. He felt as if he had cotton in his mouth. He could hear his own heart pounding. He couldn't remember a single word of his poem. He looked at Ms. Lee out of the corner of his eye. She was smiling and nodding, telling him to go on. He wanted to go to her to get a glimpse of his notes, but she seemed to be so far away. On top of that, his legs were so shaky they wouldn't move.
3. Unlike my first year in law school, my second-year exams made me feel anxious. I thought I did all I could to prepare, but the pressure took over. I was almost certain that I was going to fail. I thought my law school life was coming to an end. After such a disaster, there would be no way I could go on to finishing my third and final year at the school. The envelope with my grades finally arrived. I took a very deep breath, ready to accept the bad news. When I opened it, I was stunned for a while. The grades of my exams were an A and an A-. I rubbed my eyes hard, but the grades were the same. Some supernatural force had given me a second chance, and I realized I wouldn't have to leave school.